Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about why is it so hard being a young Christian. Because if we're being honest, it's really not that easy because it's not always as popular and as comfortable as you want it to be. And sometimes it feels like you're only trying to live for God. Because if you ever felt that way, then this video is for you. So, with that being said, before I get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I see y'all in the video. A young Christian is hard because you're trying to follow God in a world that doesn't always respect Him. Because at school, people joke about faith. Online, Christianity gets mocked. And in friends groups, you might feel pressured to act a certain way so you don't look different. And the hardest part is you don't want to lose friends, you don't want to be judged, and you don't want to feel alone. So there's a constant battle inside of you is, do I fit in or do I stand firm? Okay, so let's talk about pressure. When you are young, everything feels intense. Reputation matters. What people thinks matters. Being accepted matters. But then you read verses like Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That sounds powerful. And until you actually try to live it, because not conforming means you're stand out. It is standing out can feel lonely. Without standing out, you could feel lonely. Another reason it's hard because temptation is everywhere. Distraction, relationships, social media, things that pull you away from God and put your focus on other things. And nobody talks enough about how exhausting that can be. Listen, you could love God and still struggle. You can pray and still feel tempted. You can believe and still battle doubts. That doesn't make you fake. That makes you human. First Corinthians 10:13 says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear." Common to mankind. So that means you're not weird for struggling. You're not weak for feeling pressure. You're not alone in this. Another reason it's hard being a young Christian, you don't always see results. You pray, nothing changes immediately. You try to live right, and people still treat you wrong. You choose discipline, and life is still hard. And sometimes you think, is it even still worth it? Or like, let me tell you something like really quick. Following Jesus was never promised to be easy. Because in John 16:33, it says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I will overcome the world." So notice something. He didn't say you might have trouble. He didn't say you might have trouble. He said you will have trouble. So if it feels hard, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're walking the path that God sent you. Being a young Christian is hard because you're building something that most people can't see. You're building a character, you're building discipline, you're building faith. And building is always uncomfortable. It's easier to go with the crowd, it's harder to stand out for what you believe in. It's it's easier to go with the crowd, but it's harder to stand out in what you believe in. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. The same thing that makes it hard is what makes it powerful. So when you choose integrity over popularity, when you choose prayer over panic, when you choose self-control over impulse, you're becoming strong. So let's talk about loneliness for a second. Sometimes you might feel like none of your friends are understand your faith. Maybe you're the only one in your circle trying to get closer to God. And that can feel isolating sometimes. But in Psalms 34, verse 18, it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who crush in spirit." So even when people don't get you, God does. Even when friends drift, God stays. Even when you feel unseen, He sees you. So, and here's something important. You don't have to be perfect to be a Christian. A lot of young believers think they have to get everything right, never mess up, never doubt, never struggle. That's not real, because faith isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Are you moving towards God even when you fail? As it says in Proverbs 24:16, "For though the righteousness falls 7 times, they rise again." You might fall, you might mess up, you might have days where you feel distance, but what matters is that you always get back up. It's like a football game. When you get tackled, do you just lay on the ground and sit there? No, you get back up. So here's the truth. Being a young Christian is hard because you're different. You think differently, you value different things, and you see life differently. And different can feel uncomfortable at first, but different is also powerful, because while others are building popularity, you're building purpose. When others are chasing approval, you're chasing God, and that will pay off in ways you can't even imagine yet. So if you've been feeling like it's too hard to be focused on God, it's you felt pressure, you felt alone, you felt question yourself, and you question like, am I doing the right thing? You're not crazy, you're not weak, you're growing, and growth is uncomfortable. But you're not walking in this alone. God is always with you in the hallway at school. He's with you scrolling late at night. He's with you praying and wondering if He hears you. He does. Keep going, keep praying, keep chasing life even when it's hard, because one day you look back and realize that that hard season built the strongest version of you. If if this spoke to you, drop a comment and let me know what's the hardest part of being a young Christian. And thank y'all for watching. I see y'all in the next video. Keep growing, keep believing, and keep walking with God.